Welcome to the channel. My name is Matthias. Today we're going to talk about Dark X-Men, The Beginning, Issue 2, written by Paulo Cornell. This particular era of the X-Men was the beginning of the Utopia era. This happened within the context of the Dark Reign. Things actually start off with a war between the X-Men and the Dark Avengers. It's a fun story. I'm a sucker for stuff like that. Now, the thing is that each one of these particular issues focus on each one of the recruits that Norman Osborn has for his own sanctioned X-Men team. So it's going to focus on Cloak and Dagger and Weapon Omega. So first, obviously, let's go with Cloak and Dagger. I always found it fascinating with Cloak and Dagger that Marvel had gone back and forth a couple of times over the fact that they were mutants, then they were not mutants. Here's established they're not mutants. So things start off with Norman Osborn trying to recruit Cloak and Dagger. He finds both characters destroying this crop of drugs in an undisclosed Central American country. He tells them right off the bat, look, I know you guys are not mutants, but I want you guys to pass as mutants. Now, obviously, they know that Norman Osborn is a real bad apple. Like, they run around Spider-Man's side of the Marvel Universe. They are pretty well versed in Norman's history. The thing is that they're willing to work with him because he offers them like this really sweet deal. I'll give you a list of all the places where you can find crops like this. You can go out and destroy them. You will be sanctioned by S.H.I.E.L.D. We'll cover your backs. And this is sort of like an obsession that Cloak and Dagger have. So they get on board. After this whole debacle with the Dark Avengers and the Dark X-Men, Cloak and Dagger are obviously going to defect. They're going to end up on Utopia. They're going to hang out there for a while. For a brief time, they're going to become like sidekicks to Wolverine. They would pop up in this series. Especially Cloak is going to help them defeat Romulus. But the really interesting part about this story is how Marvel depicted Barack Obama during the Dark Reign. Like, he's very much an enabler for Norman Osborn and all of his activities. Obama comes off or insanely stupid or naive around Norman Osborn, or he's in on it, he just doesn't say anything. He signs off on this whole attack on the X-Men on San Francisco, and also Obama is sort of responsible for the siege of Asgard and the destruction of Asgard. That big story that ended the Dark Reign. And things got so bad, like Phobos from the Secret Warriors was hell-bent on trying to kill Obama because his father had died very gruesomely by the hands of Sentry, and he wanted to take vengeance, and he viewed Obama as responsible, not Norman Osborn. It's really interesting to see a sitting president during that time, when those comics came out, shown in that light, because like prior to this, you would only see like brief little cameos of presidents, maybe cheering on the heroes. The only other situation that comes to mind is when Bill Clinton stripped the mantle of Captain America from Steve Rogers and he took his shield. That also came off as a super dick move. But with Obama, it was like really weird because prior to this, he had shown up very briefly in a backup story of Spider-Man because Obama in the real life mentioned that he liked Spider-Man comic books. So he got a story with Spider-Man where they had to deal with the chameleon. So it's really weird because within canon, Marvel Obama, who was, again, a Spider-Man fan, was totally okay working with Norman Osborn. Like, he had to know that there was history between these guys. Now, the second story that we get revolves around, I think his name is Michael Pointer, Weapon Omega. He's a character that never was too interesting to me. He felt like a second-rate Sentry. Like, he was super, super powerful, but very, very weak-minded. They always hinted that he had the potential of becoming like a loose cannon, just like Sentry. Marvel has completely forgotten about this character over the years, so we're going to leave this video here. I hope you guys liked it. See you guys next time. Bye.